So before any presentation and meeting at Royal Roads, we of course like to acknowledge our traditional lands. So Royal Roads University does acknowledge that the campus is located on the traditional lands of the Wisipsum and Lekwungen ancestors and families. It is with deep gratitude that we learn and work here where the past, present, and future of Indigenous and non-Indigenous students, staff, and faculty come together. So thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate it. And of course, without further ado, what we're all here for is the Doctor of Business Administration webinar. I'm thrilled to be joined by Dr. Hassan Wafai, who is the program head. Hello, Hassan. How are you today?
Hey,
Thank you for being here.
thank you, Ariana.
Yeah, my pleasure. My name is Ariana Konjerski. I'm an education specialist at Royal Roads, and I see there's some folks joining from all over the world. That's so cool. We got New York City, we have Calgary, Ghana. Thank you all for being here, no matter what time zone you're in. So we have a lovely agenda here for you today. Of course, we're getting to know one another now. We're going to do a brief overview of the Royal Roads University experience, and as well go into some program-specific information and some application process and requirements. And of course, you can post questions throughout in the chat. If you need anything, feel free to type it in. We also have Tracy Summers. Thank you, Tracy, for being here. She's from RRU Enrollment. So if you have any enrollment-related questions, feel free to pop them in. We'll get to your answers as soon as we can. So just to start us off here, a little bit about our location. So we are a university in Victoria, British Columbia, which is in Canada. Population of Canada is around 37 million, and then we have some more specific populations of Vancouver Island. Vancouver Island is where we are. It's just off the coast of Vancouver, with of course, the closest large cities being Vancouver and Seattle, which is in the United States. Vancouver's in Canada. Top three industries that are in Victoria are advanced technology, tourism and hospitality, and education. We're also very proud to have one of the most mild climates in Canada. We have about a 6-degree winter and a 25-degree summer. It's almost summer here, so hopefully we'll get to that in a little bit, but nice and mild winters here. We've also won a number of awards, which is lovely. We have Canada's #1 Best Small Cities by bestcities.org, 2022, Best Islands in North America, and best places to visit. So it's a really wonderful place, and we'll get to a little bit more about Victoria just right now, actually. So we have our space, some photos for you. We have top left, which is Hatley Castle, and that's actually on our campus. It's been in many movies such as X-Men, Deadpool, and many others that were actually filmed on location. So if you think that you've seen Hatley Castle before, you're probably correct. Just below that photo, we have Esquimalt Lagoon, which is a migratory bird sanctuary on campus as well. This is one of my favorite places to just go for a walk in nature and clear your head. It's really lovely. And we also have a number of gardens and trails and green spaces, over about 500 acres on campus. So we have our Japanese garden, which is just the top right. You can see a beautiful photo of that in the fall. And then we were also pioneers in online learning. So as you'll learn in a little bit, this program is blended. So we have a portion that is done online. A lot of our programs are fully online as well. So we're pioneers in that, and we've been doing that at Royal Roads for about 25 years, over 25 years now. And if you're thinking to yourself, why explore Royal Roads? We have a couple quick points for you. The first is that at Royal Roads, we really see your life as a qualification. So we like to take into account everything that you've done from work, volunteer experience, life experience, and that all accounts to the whole person. Of course, professors who know your name. So we keep our cohort model at Royal Roads, and we keep small groups intentionally. So you can really have that one-on-one connection with your professors, learning based on life, similar to the first point, that we're really learning based on the things that you've done, really taking in real world challenges into account and basing it on real life. You also make connections for life. So I've heard many stories over my time at Royal Roads of groups of students that still stay in touch, and that's something that we're really proud of, is that cohort model and really making those connections both professionally and personally in our programs. And we like to think that we were built differently. As I mentioned, of course, over 25 years ago, we started with an online and hybrid learning model. So that's something that we've been doing for quite a long time. So we were built from day one quite different than a lot of other institutions. We're proud of that. We're also a Changemaker campus. That's accreditation by Ashoka U, and that's an innovative approach that prepares students as they address world problems, encourage others, and act for the good of all. So without further ado, that's my little brief overview of the Royal Roads experience. And now I'm going to hand it off to Hassan to take us through a bit more about the program structure. Hassan.
Thank you very much, Ariana. Thank you. Thank you, Tracy, also for joining us. And thanks everyone for being here with us. So my name is Hassan Wafai. I am the program head of the Doctor of Business Administration, DBA program at Royal Road University. So Ariana, I think I have control over the slides, right? You told me that. I will try to act. There you go. So what is Doctor of Business Administration? Here I put some points for you, and I would like to expand on these points. First, DBA program at Royal Road University is unique. To PC and also unique to Canada. Why is it unique? It has hybrid design. So the term hybrid design, it means that it combines the rigor of a PhD with applied focus of professional doctorate. You probably, since you are really interested in doctoral study, you're probably thinking, well, should I do PhD program, or should I go with more professional doctorate? The DBA program at Royal Road, it combines both. We'd like to say that it brings the strengths from both worlds, right? The best from both worlds. So it's a research-intensive program that focuses on applied interdisciplinary business and management research. So it's a research-intensive program, but it's still applied. Focus on real life issues, organizational issue, community issue, and we expect students to address these wicked issues that organization, industries, and communities are dealing with. The program has a blended design in the sense that students, they don't need to be on campus all the time. They will do most of the program online, but they will have intensive on-campus residency. I'm going to talk a little bit about that next slide. Meaning the program is designed for working professional. So you don't need, as working professional, to put your job on hold, to put your career on hold, to do your doctorate. Unlike conventional PhD programs, you really need to do this. You really need to say, well, stop work and sometimes stop family, right? And go to on campus and spend 4 years working with a professor on his or her research rather than on your own research. The program helps also colleagues to align their passion with their research. And that's very important. Conventional PhD program that is designed for those who really would like to work in academia only. There's this program designed around working with a professor in the area that the professor is interested in. In the DBA program, we allow opportunity for students to explore areas of interest that they are personally interested in, and these areas are aligned with their own career, with their own progress, and their own objectives. It's a cohort base. So you're not alone. It's a long journey. It's a marathon. I always say it's a marathon. It's not sprint, right? So you wouldn't be alone. When I did my PhD, I spent 4 or 5 years, most of the time in the library, digging deep into journals, articles. Here you are part of cohorts that colleagues who are professionals working in different industries. Also, they are very much similar to you in the sense that they all have objectives, and they would like to do their doctorate to lead change in their industries. The last point I would like to highlight here is the doctoral supervision. So conventional doctoral program, you can't start the program unless you have a supervisor, or to be a supervisor who will support you before you start the program. Since be a program designed for working professionals, it's not for those who really finish their master and they wanted to do the doctorate immediately after the master. It's for working professionals. So we allow some time for you to start a program to refresh your knowledge, and then we talk about supervision. Meaning, you don't need to have a supervisor as a condition to start the program. That's something we can discuss through the program. And toward the end of the first year, we will work with you on identifying a supervisor. And supervisor can be part of Royal Road, but also can be someone external to Royal Road, and that is a competitive advantage. So we have colleagues in the program that they're working with leading researchers that are not necessarily part of Royal Road, and that is, we see it as a competitive advantage. So I'm going to pause here and ask if you have any question. Do you have any question? Ariana, I'm not looking at the chat box, but if there's any question on the chat.
There is, so I can read it out just so everybody can hear. So we have one question. So knowing that it is a blended program, keeping in view working professionals, what would be the probable weekly time commitment from students? That's a great question.
Such a great question, Amran. Of course, such a great question, Amran. Thank you, Amran, for joining today. So the first year, I'm going to explain the structure of the program. So we have 3 phases: the first phase, second phase, and third phase. The first phase, which is course-based. In the first phase, I will say commitment will be more or less similar to commitments at a master level, meaning that you will have around 7, you will need to budget around 7 to 10 hours a week on average. Some students need more, some students need less. That is during the first, I would say, probably 6 months. But as you move on in the program, you will start to have more control on your own progress. But since the first year is course-based, so it has certain structure. Courses have start and have ends, and there are certain deliverables. This is why we say in the first year, you will need to budget 7 to 10 hours on average. Now, moving after the first year, it's very much it depends on the progress of your research, depends on your availability and your supervisory committee. On average, we expect students to finish the program in 4 years. Some students take less, some students take more, it depends on their research. Did I answer the question, Imran? And thank you very much for the question. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Imran. I think there is another question, right?
Yes, there's another question. I believe that's perfect. Tracy, you answered that first one there. Just when is the residency? We're going to get to that in just a minute. And also, what are the prerequisites for a non-RRU-based research supervisor? Are there any specific requirements that this person needs to meet?
That's a very good question. Thanks for the question. Yes, there are certain requirements, academic requirements. One of these academic requirements, the supervisor need to be at associate professor level and post-secondary institution, recognized post-secondary institution. The supervisor needs to have active research agenda, and of course, we will have a conversation with the supervisor before making any comment. Does that answer the question? We good?
There are a few more questions in the chat. Hassan, would you like me to read them, or would you like to keep going and we can come back to them?
Let's read these 3 questions or 2 questions, whatever we have, and then we move on.
Perfect. Okay, we will take these 3 questions. So first one, will the DBA give you the same opportunity as the PhD would give you in the academic space with regards to becoming a professor?
Thank you very much. This is a very good, another very good question. The short answer, yes. Now, the long answer. Faculty bios are available online. Business schools, they feature their faculty and their bio. You can see in almost every faculty in Canada and Canadian school, you have 1 or 2 faculty members who have DBA. Now, DBA will give you access to academia. but also DBA will give you access to professional, careers. Unlike PhD, it's designed only for academic careers. And statistics in Canada that 75 to 80% of PhD graduates, they don't end up in a tenure track positions. And that is problematic. And PhD degree are not designed to prepare those graduates to work in the industry. This is why DBA, we say it's a hybrid. So it allows graduates to explore opportunities within academia and beyond academia. That's a language we use in describing that type of career opportunity available for graduates. Hope I addressed the question.
Great, thanks, Hassan. There's just two more. I'll read them both out now, just so we can get them out there. What is involved with the written exam before continuing with the rest of the program? That's question one. And then I've always been teaching into post-secondary. Am I eligible? Somebody's been teaching since 2011.
That's a two good questions. So the exam, what we call candidacy exam, I'm going to explain that in the next couple of slides. So the candidacy exam is normally in the second year, and it involves oral and written parts, and that's called candidacy exam. It's similar to in some institution they call it comprehensive exam. For us, it's a candidacy exam. It's an exam that is done with is conducted by your supervisory committee and organized by the university. I'm gonna talk more about that in details if you wish. That's the first question. The second question is about.
And the second question, I've been teaching in post-secondary. Am I eligible? Somebody who's been teaching since 2011.
Thank you. I would like to avoid specific cases, but the way I will answer you, your question, almost 20–30% of existing DBA students, they come from academia. That's meaning that they are professors and instructors in other institutions, universities and colleges. And they are doing their doctorates as part of the requirement for them to get tenured or get more to improve their academic ranking. Okay, so let's move on. So program at a glance. Program is 60 credit program, common to all to most doctoral programs. Hybrid design. Now we know what does mean hybrid, right? Hybrid, it's a combination between conventional PhD and a professional doctorate. The program subscribes to knowledge production mode, meaning that toward the end of the program, you need to demonstrate that you contribute to existing body of knowledge. You contribute to human knowledge. And that is a condition upon which the degree will be awarded. So what we call this a knowledge production, and you need to produce actionable and relevant knowledge. Program length is 4 to 7 years. Here's the program structure. Overall, program has 3 phases, as I said. The foundation year is 1 year. You can see here the foundation year. Do you see the pointer or not? No, you don't see the pointer. Okay. So what you see here at the bottom, DBA foundations, that's 1 year. The second phase is research preparation phase. It's another 1 year. And then execution and writing phase is 2 years. In the first year, it's a course-based phase. So you will have 6 courses in total, and you will have a residency, 2-week residency in the first year. The second year, you will have 1-week residency, and residency means that you will be on campus. It's intensive on-campus, time. You spend time here on campus. The second year research preparation is a 1 year, and there are certain milestone: candidacy exam, research proposal, supervisory committee. I'm gonna touch on these points in the next slide. And the execution and writing phase, the key milestone, conference participation. You will write up your dissertation, and there will be the dissertation defense. There will be a full residency in the third phase. So these are the key phases, and that's the overall structure. So what you see online, you see this table. The table here is very much similar to the structure, but with dates. So let me explain this. So the foundation year, you see here, year one foundation, right, in blue. I hope I have a pointer. I can't do that, but that's okay. Year one foundation. And you see under year one foundation, a number of courses: MGMT 700, MGMT, that's a residency, the red one, MGMT 705, and so on. So you will see 6 3-credit courses under year one. Year two, that's phase two, it is a research preparation phase. And during this year, you're expected to do the candidacy exam and do the second year residency and start with your dissertation. Year 3 and 4 is execution and writing phase. That's the bottom of the table. You can see that. And that is where you will do the third residency, and you continue writing up your dissertation and submitting it and doing the final defense. So total 60 credit. As you can see, for the upcoming intake, it starts in January 2024. Expected student will complete their program in 2028. That's 4 years. Some student could finish in less than 4 years. Some student need a little bit more than 4 years. So here, I would like to highlight again, this is the first year. You can see 6 courses in the first year, 2 courses about the development of management tools and practices. So we understand that most of our colleagues who will join the program, they need, I would say, a refreshment to refresh their knowledge about the basics, management fundamentals. So we have 2 courses just to refresh their knowledge about existing management thoughts, practices. And then we will have 3 courses about research design, qualitative, quantitative, and research design. And then you will you will have one-to-one course, which we call it self-directed study course. So in this course, you will work with one instructor. Okay, that instructor to be your supervisor for 6 months to dive deep into your area of research. Toward the end of this year, you will complete your coursework and you will be ready to do the candidacy exam. As I said, there will be 3 residencies, 2-week residency, 1-week residency, and 1-week residency. The first residency is 2 weeks, second residency is 1 week, and third residency is 1 week. Now, what's residency? What to expect during these 2 weeks, 1 week, 1 week? Residency are designed around workshops. So it's in short, it's a conference style. It's less about, sitting in a classroom where instructor come to the classroom, give you the wisdom. No, it is more about being active participant in workshops and in presentation. You will present your work. You will sit in someone else's presentation. You will critique someone else's presentation and receive critiques. So it's highly interactive. You work with other researchers. So I would say the last residency that normally happened in February. The last residency in February 2023, we had around 80 doctoral students altogether, first year, second year, and fourth year. And it was wonderful wonderful time. It's an opportunity. So as a first year doctoral student to meet second year doctoral student, fourth year doctoral student will come to present and work with their committee. It's a very interactive environment where we encourage colleagues to share their presentations and research and learn from each other. Okay. Right. So some key milestones here I'd like to talk about. Dissertation supervisory committee. Every doctoral student will have a supervisory committee. As I said, you do not need to identify a supervisor as a condition to start the program. But once you are in the program, and that you will spend some time reflecting on your initial research ideas. And then once you start to say, well, I'm clear where I want to go, then we will work with you to identify the supervisor. The supervisor will work with you in one-to-one course. That's a 6-month course. That's in the first year. And once you finish the course, we will work with the supervisor and you to identify 2 or 3 committee members to join you. So every student then will have a principal supervisor, 2 or 3 committee members to support the student. And the student will continue working with the supervisory committee until the student submits the final dissertation. Comprehensive examination, as I said, it normally takes place in the second year. Say normally, that means you need to finish all your coursework, right? And then you will have your supervisory committee, and then you will do the candidacy exam. The candidacy exam has 2 parts, oral and the written part. Just wanted to here highlight. It calls exam, but it's not the exam in a conventional setting. You sit in a room, you have a question, and there will be invigilators looking. No, it's not like this. You submit a report about your research to your committee. Your committee will comment on the report. There will be a dialogue between you and your committee. Once everyone is happy, then you move to the oral part where you present your work to your committee. It's an opportunity for you to present your work. This is the way I will describe it. Dissertation proposal. So once you finish the candidacy exam, then you will submit the final proposal, and that is toward the second year. Now, some may ask, well, but we are supposed to submit a proposal part of the admission requirement. That's right, and I'm going to talk about that later on. The admission requires you to submit initial proposal, 5-page proposal. And that's very important. So we know we need to understand what kind of research you are interested in. That's different from the final proposal. The final proposal, it's a complete proposal that has all elements. You have research design, it's agreed upon with your committee, and you will have a lot of time to reflect and think and write your proposal. That's toward the second year. And another milestone is dissertation defense, which is the last milestone now in Europe. For those who are coming from Europe or study in Europe, it's called Viva. This is a Viva. Okay. Next slide. There you go. So students, who are GPA students? The way I describe our students, we call them colleagues, not students, because actually they are colleagues. As I said, 20–30% of existing GPA students are professors in other universities. They are leaders in the industry. Those people who are really aspire to change beyond their organization. I mean, you do master, you do MBA to change, to be leader within your organization. But if you want to go beyond your organization, to be a subject matter expert, right? To be to build your currency as a person that has expertise in certain area, that's when you need a doctorate. So our students or colleagues are professionals, working professionals who aspire to be leaders in their field or sector. They want to independently develop original, impactful management research that contributes to the advancement of management knowledge. Uh, um, Master degree, it's a requirement. You need to have a master degree, and here a relevant master degree. What does mean relevant master degree? What does qualify a degree to be relevant? So it's relevant to your research. So we have colleagues who are doing, for example, research in healthcare. They have a master in healthcare. That's relevant. Now, if you have an MBA or a master in business, this is a generalist degree, and normally it's relevant to all type of management studies. But if you have a different degree, I would say please reach out to us and we will discuss how relevant this degree to your research. So as far as you demonstrate this degree is relevant to your proposed research, that will be accepted. Colleagues who are doing the DBA program come from different walk of life. They work in public sector, in private sector, in military, in academia, as a consultant, or those who are really passionate about certain topic. They are community leaders who wanted to really help their community address certain issue, wicked issues. I always say that we have what we want. The student we have are exactly the type of student that we have been trying to attract. They are colleagues. We are very proud of their progress. We are very proud of their research, and they are doing actually fantastic. Here's a picture of the last cohort, the cohort that started in 23, just January 2023. And you can see here Hatley Castle as a background of the picture. Now, I really strongly recommend that you take time and read about our current colleagues, students who are doing DBA program. If you will see that every student, he or she is a leader in their field. They are keen to advance their profession. We're very proud of their progress. We're very proud of their research. Now, I think, yes, I think Tracy will put, here you go. Tracy, thank you, Tracy. Tracy put in chat a link to DBA student bios. So feel free to go and check their bio. And if you are interested to connect with any of our students, please let us know. We will make sure to connect you with the student that you would like to talk with. I mean, for example, if you are an accountant and you want to see who's doing accounting kind of research, we're happy to connect you with colleagues who are doing accounting in the program. My last slide, funding, very good. Well, we do acknowledge it is a big investment. It's a big financial investment. We understand that, but it's not only financial investment. It is also social investment. You will invest your time. You will. It's again. It's a long journey, but it's a rewarding and worth it. They are here. The funding. It speaks only about the financial aspect of that investment. The self-funding is required. I will say recommended, especially for the first year. For those who really would like to consider the program, I always recommend to consider self-funding in the first year. That's at least. There are many funding opportunities available. I'll say really many funding opportunity and scholarship available for doctoral students. Internally at Royal Road, we have some funds available to support doctoral students, and that we have actually two types of funding programs specific for doctoral students. Um, There are also many external funding opportunities. Here, as you can see in the slide, I highlighted two funding opportunity from SHERC. SHERC is one of the Tri-Council agency that provide funds to doctoral students, and the other one, MITEX. I would like to talk a little bit about MITEX because the success rate for colleagues who applied to MITEX, I would say, to the best of my knowledge, almost 100%. And some colleagues get funds actually beyond their tuition. I think we have a couple of colleagues who got fund up to $160,000 from MITEC to support their research. Now, what I can say, I say to the best of my knowledge, everyone who has been keen to get funded end up getting funded. Now, the journey, it's not, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's doable. It's all these programs you see, these are competitive programs. You need to apply to, you need to tweak your research to meet each program requirement. Now, in the DBA program, we offer training to train you to apply to grants. We want you to get funds. We want you to do that because this will, for us, this is another evidence that your research is applied and it's being valid by external body. For those who would like to work in academia, funds is very important to have it documented in your CV. So we offer training. It's part of the program. It's training how to apply and how to write grant application and so on and so on. Again, I mean, as a percentage, I could say that almost 50% of existing doctoral students are funded either partially or fully, and that's based on, I think, last year's statistics. So Royal Road also has important resources for you that you could use to support you through the process of getting funds. So recommend that you visit Royal Road Financial Aid website. Make sure to connect with colleagues there. They're very helpful and they will offer you all the support that you may need to reflect and consider your option as you considering the DBA program. Okay, let me pause here, and I think there are some questions. I see it's a lot of comments in the chat box. Here you go, Ariana.
Yeah, I can read out just a two-part question I have for you, Hassan. In the first year, what about courses related to research methodology, publication ethics, and pedagogy courses? And also, how many Scopus Index publications are needed to complete the courses?
That's a very good question. So in the first year, as I said, we have 6 courses, 2 courses about management, thoughts and practices, and 3 courses about research design. One course is about qualitative research design. The second course is about quantitative research design, and the third course about research design and overall research design, including the epistemological and ontological assumptions and research paradigm, research philosophy, and so on. Now, these courses will not offer you everything, right? There's no course, and to be very clear, there's no course that will, over that 1 or 2 course, you will learn everything in a qualitative design. You will learn everything in a quantitative. These courses will give you introduction, designed to give you introduction. to help you to know the key strategies, the key design elements, but you will work with your committee on if you, for example, you want to do action research. You will learn about action research during these courses, but the art of action research is very, I would say, very extensive, and you will work with your committee on that as you develop your research. Did I answer the question? Just wanted to give me hands like thumb up, thumb down, something, just to know if I'm answering the question. Thank you, Imran. Okay. Thank you, Tom. Okay, good. But please follow up if you have any question, or follow up a question, or you feel this is not clear, or you know what, feel free to put a follow-up question as well.
And I believe that's all the questions that we have for now.
Yeah, that's good. I see some question though. Campus residency. Okay. I trust this question being addressed right in the chat. Right. Okay. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I understand again. I understand this is a big decision. It's not just a big decision for you. It's a big decision for us. We're going to talk about admission. And Ariana will talk a little bit about admission. I wanted to say that we are here to support you, even to reflect on that decision, so we could help you through the process. Can you talk more about the pedagogy? Yes. So, thank you. Yes. You're talking about the courses, right? Right, Marsha? Yes. Okay. So the courses, the pedagogy of the courses. Yes. The pedagogy of the courses. These courses are online. All of them online. There will be component of these courses on campus when you will be on campus during the first residency. These courses are designed then to be delivered online, and they will be a synchronous design element of these courses. So you will be formed online where you will discuss key element of the course with your cohort and the instructor of the courses. The courses are, each course will have certain deliverables, and these deliverables are designed carefully to I would say to help you reflect on your own research idea, and to take these and to have key takeaways that you could really apply to your research. I would say in general, every course will have 3 to 4 deliverables. Each course have unique deliverables. I'm happy to talk more about that if you wish. If you could send me email, we could talk more about each specific course and deliverable. One of the courses, as I said, it's a one-to-one course. So the pedagogy of that course, that you will work with an instructor to generate reading list. That's one-to-one six-month course to generate the reading list together. And the reading list is a 30 peer-reviewed articles and 2 books. And you work together with your instructor to review the reading list. Another course is a seminar-based course. It's divided into 10 different weeks, 10 different seminars. Every seminar focus on specific research theme. Does that kind of answer your question, Marsha? Am I pronouncing the name correctly? Yes, Marsha. Marsha, does that answer your question? A little bit. So, I mean, Marsha, why not send me an email, and we could continue the conversation if you wanted to know more about courses, the course design, the pedagogy of courses. I'm very happy to provide you with course outline as well. But just wanted to highlight here again, the DBA program, as I mentioned, is a research intensive program. Courses are designed to help you get started with your research. That's a key purpose of these courses, to help you get started with your research. But yes, if you need any further information about the courses, I'm very happy to, of course, provide more information.
Thanks, Hassan. There's also, I apologize, one question that I missed from earlier. For working professionals, what would you say about the return on investment of this program, keeping in view financial and non-financial commitment to complete the DBA? Sorry for missing that one.
Very much return on investment. Well, it's how it depends how you want to quantify the return. Financial return, referring to financial return? Well, it depends, I would say. What I will suggest, why not connect with existing doctoral students and listen from them? How do they see return on investment? I would personally say it's certainly what I know from colleagues who did the program, and myself, I did a doctorate, right? Myself, it changed your life. It completely changed your life, completely transformed your life. And that's the purpose of these programs. It gives you the authority to speak as a subject matter expert. And that is an important piece. But I'm happy to connect you with any colleague who's doing the program and have a conversation with him or her about the return on investment. Hopefully that does address the question. I just wanted to be very authentic in the way I respond. So I'm not gonna say, well, so it all depends how you quantify that return.
Thanks, Hassan. And then also a follow-up question. How many Scopus Index papers have to be published for completion?
So thank you very much. That's an important question. Have to? I wouldn't. There is nothing. We don't have a requirement for a number of papers that you have to publish during the study. We expect you to publish. Now, in order to graduate, you need to have your dissertation. Very much similar to almost all, if not, if I would say most, if not all, doctoral program. I mean, in public institutions, I would say in public institutions like Royal Road or research intensive institution, I mean, like Royal Road. So dissertation is required. Now you have option for this dissertation. Either you go with a conventional dissertation or you go with a publication portfolio instead. Now, if you want to go with a publication portfolio instead, you're required to have 2 manuscripts that's ready for publication and 1 elective option that can be another manuscript. So you could have 3 manuscripts ready for publication. Of course, there are more details here, and I'm very happy to provide more detail for if you want to know more about the option of dissertation by portfolio. That's what we call it, dissertation by portfolio. And again, that's not uncommon. This is very common in almost all post-secondary institutions in Canada and North America as well.
That's great. Thank you, Hassan. Just looking in the chat, there's a few questions. We are going to cover admissions in just a second, so we will get to that, but I think the rest of them have been answered in the chat. Marsha's just asking, no focus on being able to teach. This is maybe the difference with the regular PhD versus the DBA. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, in the PhD, there is no focus to be able to teach. You will not be trained to teach in the PhD program, right? It's the expectation that you be a faculty member after you PhD. Now, in the DBA program, we do actually offer opportunities for colleagues to enroll in what we call instructional design workshops. It's like a equivalent to like a teaching workshop for those who are really interested in teaching career after after they graduate. And we do offer actually opportunities and possibility for colleagues who are interested in teaching to join such workshops. Hope that addressed the question, Marcia.
That's great. Thank you, Hassan. I believe that's all for now. We're going to get to a little bit more information on how to apply now. So we can go ahead and proceed. That will be my bit just to wrap us up at the end here. Again, I'd just like to highlight there is a ton of information on our website, royalroads.ca, but I'll just give you a few points if you're thinking about applying to the DBA program, just to get you started here. So Hassan spoke a little bit about admissions earlier, but for admissions to the DBA, it is a bit unique. Of course, we need a relevant master's degree from a recognized university, normally with a minimum B GPA, and that's a 3 or a 4.33. And normally a minimum of 7 years relevant full-time work experience with 5 years at a management level and increasing levels of responsibility. And for this program, it is competitive admission. Some key dates. So our next intake, as we were mentioning earlier, January 2nd, 2024, and there is time for the application deadline is October 2nd, 2023, which is coming up pretty quick. It's already almost the summer. So if you are thinking about applying, yes, thank you, Tracy, for popping that into the chat. That's just the link there for admission requirements, but that is our upcoming deadline. How to apply. The first step is to go online and pay an application fee, which is $131.39. And then we ask for some supporting documents. So again, touched on this a little bit earlier, but we require official transcripts, a detailed resume, so really highlighting all of the work experience so we can get a really robust idea of who you are. Initial proposal, Hassan was mentioning that a little bit more earlier. And if you want to add to anything, Hassan.
Yes, thank you
Yeah,
very much.
of
Initial
course.
proposal, thank you, thank you. Initial proposal, this is a key requirement. It's a 5-page proposal. You go online, there are specific instructions about that. But we understand how challenging can be to reflect on that and write this proposal. So what we have next week, we have a workshop specific how to write research proposal, initial research proposal. That workshop's divided into 2 parts. The first part, we will have a conversation like this. And the second part, we will turn off the recording and we will have even more open conversation about your research ideas. So I really invite you to join next week webinars about how to write research proposal. Again, we understand that might not be an easy job for people who've been in the industry for quite a long time, and all that what they've been using is writing report, professional report or consulting report. That's different from writing academic 5-page proposal. So we're here to help you, and we have next week a webinar specific for that. And feel free to reach out to me directly if you need any help as well about the proposal specifically. Over to you, Ariana. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassan. Yes, that's very helpful. I wanted to leave that to you to speak a bit more on that. As well, letters of reference. There is a question about letters of reference in the chat. We'll get to that in just a second. Writing sample and an interview. So there is quite a lot here, but as Hassan said, we're here to help. And we do have, we'll touch on this just in a second, but we do have a research proposal workshop next week as well. So you're all invited and hopefully we'll hear more about that later. As far as services that are available to you, which we have mentioned a few times, financial aid and award. They are a really wonderful team of people at Royal Roads, and they are designated to help you with financial resources. So we have, of course, the DBA Entrance Award. The application deadline for that is November 1st, 2023. We also have things like loans, bursaries, scholarships, other awards, emergency funding, all sorts of funding. So please do look on the website under financial aid awards and just browse through what might be available to you. You can search and filter and really just kind of peruse what's out there. We also have enrollment services. Shout out to Tracy for being here. Thank you so much. Really wonderful group and they can be reached at learn.more@royalroads.ca. There's also some phone numbers for local and toll-free for North America, and they can really help you narrow down your program options, answer questions about applications, connect you with students, all the things. So please do reach out, learn.more@royalroads.ca for any follow-up questions. And the workshop, we're just talking about the workshop, DBA research discussion. It's on May 16th, 2023. We will be sending out the invite first. Of course, you're all here, so you've all seen a bit more about the program. That will be 12 to 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. It will not cover the program structure, so of course you're all here and everybody tuning in on the recording as well. And this will be just a little bit more to build your initial doctoral research proposal. So we're excited for that. That wraps up my bit at the end here, but I know there's been some things in the chat, so I will go ahead. At this point, I'll stop sharing my screen. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I'm just going to stop this share and then just see what we have. If we have any questions in the chat as we wrap up, of course, feel free to put any remaining questions that you have in the chat or connect with us again, learn.more@royalroads.ca. Hassan, do you have any words to wrap us up here?
Thank you, Ariana. I just see questions from Jessica, and before that from Imran. I see about how to register for the research workshop next week. I see Tracy has posted the link to register. And is that correct, Ariana, that you will also send them a follow-up email?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So the link to register, everybody, will be in the follow-up. We'll also be sending another invite to kind of the wider group. So there will be a few emails from us, but you'll definitely receive a link to be able to register. And that is the link in the chat there.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ariana. Thank you, Tracy. Thanks everyone for joining today. It's a pleasure meeting you. Again, it's an important decision for you and for us. We are here to make sure to support you through the process. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any question. We are here to support you. Thank you very much. Over to you, Ariana.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Just a couple questions to wrap us up here. If we can maybe see if we can get these answered before we log off today. Let me just see. I'm just catching up. Sorry, folks. Can we get letters of reference from current past colleagues, as they may not be in a position to comment on our ability to do the research work? Do you have any thoughts on that, Hassan or Tracy?
Colleagues, I mean, what we ideally want to see reference letters from academics who worked with you before. That's ideally, right? 2 academics reference letter and 1 reference letter from professionals. We understand that's not always possible. That's fine. If it is not always possible, explain to us why. Provide us with opportunity to understand your quality, your readiness to start the program. That's the purpose of reference letter. Hope I answered the question.
Excellent. Thanks, Hassan. There is one more. I have my international credentials assessed through IQAs. Do you accept? If not, what's the alternative course of action?
That is an important question. I'm not the right person to answer this. Our colleagues in the area, here you go, Tracy, you are the right person.
Reach out to me around those specifics.
Perfect.
And I can provide the information, okay?
That's great. Thank you so much, Tracy and Hassan. I believe we're all caught up in the chat. Again, thank you all so much. I know we have so many people tuning in from all over the world. So thank you all for, no matter what time zone you're in, tuning in live. We appreciate you. And again, we will send you some follow-up emails for the research workshop on May 16th. So you'll be able to register for that. Again, thank you, Hassan. Thank you, Tracy. And we will see you next week, hopefully. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.